Habits shape our lives more than we realize. From the way you brush your teeth to the path you take to work, so much of our lives are driven by automatic behaviors. But what if you could take control of those habits and make them work for you? That's what we're diving into today with Charles Duhigg's The Power of Habit. Hey everyone! Today we're breaking down the science of habits and learning how to reshape them for a happier, more productive life. Stick around till the end for some practical tips to start changing your habits today. Duhigg explains that habits are patterns of behavior our brains create to save mental energy. Think about it. Once you learn something like riding a bike, your brain can automate the process so it doesn't have to relearn it every time. According to Duhigg, over 40% of our daily actions are habits. That means nearly half of what you do each day, you do without even thinking. Duhigg introduces the habit loop, a three-part process that explains how habits work. First, there's a cue or trigger that tells your brain to start the habit. Next is the routine, the actual behavior you perform. Finally, there's the reward, which helps reinforce the habit. Ever tried to quit a bad habit only to find it's harder than you thought? That's because our brains store these habits permanently. Once a habit is formed, it's locked in. But don't worry. Just because we can't erase a bad habit doesn't mean we're stuck with it. Duhigg says we can replace old habits with new ones. The key is understanding your habit's cues and rewards. Let's say every afternoon you feel tired, so you grab a sugary snack. That sugar high is your reward. But you can replace that with a new routine, like taking a quick walk or drinking water to wake yourself up. It's all about changing the routine, not the cue or reward. According to Duhigg, cravings are what drive habits. Over time, our brains actually start craving the reward even before we perform the habit. That's why it's so hard to resist a cookie if you're used to having one every afternoon. Once your brain links the cue with the reward, you start craving that reward. So, breaking a habit requires identifying what you're actually craving and finding a healthier way to fulfill it. Duhigg also explores how businesses use our habits to influence our buying decisions. For example, advertisers rely on your brain's tendency to stick to familiar brands or stores. That's why loyalty programs and targeted ads are so powerful. They play on our habitual nature to keep us coming back. But habits don't just shape individuals. They shape entire organizations. Duhigg shows how company culture is often just a collection of shared habits. And changing a company's culture can start by addressing just one or two key routines. Finally, Duhigg gives us a blueprint for changing habits. Here's a quick breakdown. Identify the routine. Write down every step of the routine surrounding your habit, even the little details. Experiment with rewards. Try out different rewards to figure out what you're really craving. Is it sugar or just a break? Isolate the cue. Duhigg suggests 5 possible categories for your cues: location, time, emotional state, other people, and the action immediately before the habit. Noticing the pattern here is key. Make a plan. Replace the routine with a healthier action. Have a plan in place so that when your cue appears, you're ready to act. And that's the power of habit in a nutshell. Remember, habits may seem unchangeable, but with the right approach, you have the power to rewire them. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to get more content like this. Comment below on which habit you'd like to tackle next. Let's support each other on this journey to better habits. Thanks for watching. And remember, small changes lead to big results.